So I have discussed about the frontal area. I am repeating it. This is the central sulcus. The gyrus just anterior to the central sulcus is the precentral gyrus. The sulcus which is present just anterior to this precentral gyrus is precentral sulcus. Okay. The precentral gyrus along with the paracentral lobule represents the area number 4, that is the primary motor area. Then the area just anterior to the precentral gyrus, this region is the area number 6. This is the posterior part of the superior frontal gyrus, the middle frontal gyrus and the inferior frontal gyrus. And again this area, the posterior part of the middle frontal gyrus is represented as the area number 8, which is visual field area. Okay, and this, the anterior part of the superior frontal gyrus, middle frontal gyrus and inferior frontal gyrus is the prefrontal area, which is area number 9, 10, 11 and 12. And this area, which is pars triangularis and pars opercularis, represents the Broca's area, which is area number 44 and 45, which is motor speech area. Now we will discuss about the sensory area located in the parietal lobe. So this area which you can see here is the parietal lobe between the central sulcus and the parieto-occipital sulcus. Okay. Now the area just behind this, the gyrus just behind the central sulcus is the postcentral gyrus. This area represents the primary sensory area, which is the area number 3, 1 and 2. 3, 1 and 2. The superior parietal lobule represents the area number 5 and 7, which is the secondary sensory area. Then again here we have another area, that is Wernicke's area or sensory speech area. Here I have discussed that this is the lateral sulcus and this is the posterior horn of the lateral sulcus. This lateral sulcus here, the posterior horn of the lateral sulcus forms a gyrus here. This is known as supramarginal gyrus and a marginal gyrus. This supramarginal gyrus and marginal gyrus represents the area number 40, which is Wernicke's area, which is sensory speech area. Okay. Now this is very important. Wernicke's area, the Broca's area, it's asked in exam. Okay, the area number 39, 40, and here the area number 44, 45 is the Broca's area. This is the Wernicke's area, the sensory speech area. Now in the occipital lobe, again here the occipital lobe is concerned for vision. So in this area you will get the visual area. In the occipital lobe you will get the visual area. This sulcus you can see on the medial surface of the occipital lobe. This is the calcarine sulcus. The calcarine sulcus extends here also on the superolateral part. So the area number 17, the primary visual area, lies here in the calcarine sulcus, and secondary visual area lies at the near this calcarine sulcus. This area represents the 18, 19. So this is the 17, that is the primary visual area, then 18, 19 the secondary visual area. Okay. Now coming to the temporal lobe. So this is the temporal lobe. The temporal lobe is divided into 3 gyrus by 2 sulci. This is the superior temporal sulci. This is the inferior temporal sulci. It divides the temporal lobe into 3 gyrus: the superior temporal gyrus, the middle temporal gyrus and the inferior temporal gyrus. The superior surface of this superior temporal gyrus, the posterior part of this superior temporal gyrus, represents the primary auditory area, that is the area number 41 and 42. And the rest part of the superior temporal gyrus represents the secondary auditory area, that is area number 22. Okay, so this was about the functional area in the cerebral hemisphere. Thank you.